on now. Oh, come on now. Let's go. Sunday, Sunday.
Hey, got four. We got four down.
From midfield, here's Wentz. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Not my house. Not my house.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Tokyo.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Hey, empty. Empty. Please.
Here's Hines. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
On second down, here's Wentz. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. Shrugs him off, flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Wentz will try again on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Get wide now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first and 10, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Shorty, shorty, shorty.
Wins to throw on second down. Finding room to the 20. Wide open receiver complete. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now Wentz will keep it. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now this time Wentz will throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Man, 5-7. Black, come on.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
This is Cohen on the toss. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Flush to his right, and that's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, they do snap it to Bridgewater. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Lets it go for Nelson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rip. Man 5-7.
On first down, Wentz throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Wentz throwing on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll give him a yard on the play. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jones, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Delta.
Again, it's Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Delta.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Ellington now to return it. Fights loose. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Great.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he finds Jace Amaro. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Man, 5-7. Great.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he whips that one incomplete there. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
First down, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Randy Gregory able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Wentz going to throw. Amaro's got it, left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Great 15.
Throwing is Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Tight end right.
Qué buena.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Spins by. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Everyone go. 58, boy. 58.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Lets it go for Nelson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. J.J. Nelson, 42 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll run it here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. Going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Wentz. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, empty. Empty. Lion.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Wentz now on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz, got to have this one. Flushed out right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Delta. Five down. Go Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Second down, Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. They try again with Cohen. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Play was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution across the 30 to the 31-yard line. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
81.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. 45 yards. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there, and he's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. One final try now for Wentz. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough because finding a way to steel yourself, make that